Okay. Oh my God. penguinz0 came out with an 11-minute video, which has 500,000 views in an hour. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. You will never stop me. You will never stop me from covering this story because it's everything. It's everything to me, okay? It's everything to me. It's got the wealthiest person, the most powerful person on the planet right now, behaving like a thin-skinned man baby over the dumbest thing possible, and all of the sweatiest gamers that are normally supposed to be Elon Musk fanboys and loyalists losing their minds, finally waking up to the reality that maybe Elon Musk is a fraudulent charlatan. I'm sorry. This story is everything to me, okay? A real let them fight situation. On the one hand, Asmongold, okay? A person who never leaves his home until it's to get a Whataburger, okay, is also somewhat of an Elon Musk fanboy, if you will, okay, being pressured by other gamers in the community to finally come out and make a understandable, pointed criticism towards Elon Musk for cheating in Path of Exile 2. Very clearly cheating in Path of Exile 2. You got Quinn and Crip, two content creators who are now officially my goats for what they have done, okay? I will openly cast aside all of the resentment and previous things that Quinn has said about me, okay? And I will openly state that, Quinn, you're good in my book. You're my goat, okay? You are good in my book. The investigative reporting that these people did in terms of identifying and exposing Elon Musk for so clearly boosting an account by hiring potentially a pro in somewhere in an Asian server, okay? It was fantastic. The story begins with Elon Musk. Okay? The story begins with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is the wealthiest person on the planet. He owns numerous companies. Many of them are backed by government subsidies, despite the fact that he routinely will cry about government subsidies, or not government subsidies necessarily, but taxes, because he is a selfish little billionaire. Elon Musk is one of the most thin-skinned, narcissistic people on the planet. He desperately wants the attention and admiration of gamers, okay? Why would you want that? Who knows, okay? I don't understand it, but he wants it desperately. Now, in an effort to garner this kind of attention, he has oftentimes called himself the meme king, with the worst, most deep-fried 9-gag memes you've ever seen, the most 56-year-old man memes you've ever seen online. But aside from that, he has also regularly, with regular frequency, tried to showcase himself as a legendary gamer. Try to showcase himself as a legendary gamer to garner this kind of admiration from the sweatiest gamers. Okay? And in that process, he's actually gotten a decent amount of motion. People thought that he was very good at gaming when he played Diablo. Luckily for him, not a lot of people play Diablo, I guess, in comparison to Path of Exile, or in comparison to how much people are invested in Path of Exile. When he played Diablo 4, or in air quotes, played Diablo 4, Elon Musk most likely boosted his account. Okay? I enjoyed Diablo 4, by the way. People are saying Diablo 4 bad. I don't care. I enjoyed it, but that's probably further evidence that it wasn't very good. Now, having said that, he presented himself as one of the best Diablo 4 players on the planet. Okay? Except when he actually streamed it, he wasn't that good. But people didn't really care necessarily. People didn't know enough about it. However, Elon Musk, with his endless hubris, actually did something even worse than that. Elon Musk played Path of Exile 2 when it came out. Okay? For those of you who don't know, Path of Exile 2 is also another top-down, like, strategic RPG style game, but also like an MMORPG kind of, what would Diablo 2 and like Path of Exile be considered? Isometric ARPG, right? ARPG is the genre. Okay. It's very sweaty. It's an action RPG that is top down. It's very, very, very sweaty. It's very difficult. If you look at that skill tree on it, you're like, it immediately makes your heart explode. For me, it gave me an aneurysm. I looked at the skill tree one time and I was like, there's no way I can actually touch this. Isometric loot ARPG. Isometric loot action RPG. It's actually crazy. It's not a skill tree. It's a skill forest. It's a skill universe, right? It's a skill galaxy. Anyway, having said that, it's a very sweaty game. It's a very sweaty game. And a lot of people play it. And the game has been out for not that long, right? But in the process, Elon Musk, in his endless hubris, decided to boost his account to such a high rank that it was physically impossible for him to genuinely get to that degree of success as the number 7th highest ranking player in the world. I suspect, given the numerous tools that Path of Exile actually offers in terms of tracking individual players, okay, this meant that they could figure out exactly when he was logging on, where he was logging on from, the account at least, and what kind of trades this account was making, right? And Crip and Quinn actually dove deep and figured out, as far as I understand, that this was completely boosted. And I suspect, with the limited amount of information or with the limited amount of knowledge that I have over the situation, I suspect that not only did Elon Musk hire someone to do this, I think he hired multiple people to do this. Multiple very highly skilled players, because the level, like to get to number 7 on the planet, you don't just need constant grinders, you need 24/7 grinding. And also on top of that, you need to most likely do real money trades, which is also another big no-no, another instance of cheating, in order to be able to get the best possible items. Because as far as I understand, Path of Exile 2, especially in hardcore, there's a lot of trading happening because there's RNG involved in the game. You can't it's not a guarantee that you're going to have the best possible items drop every single time you do these raids or whatever, right? So he most likely did every wrong thing you can possibly do in this game that a lot of people take super seriously. And in that process, people understandably started making fun of him. And many of these people who previously were predisposed with Elon Musk being a gamer or being a meme lord or being awesome, finally had the wool pulled over from their eyes and recognized that perhaps Elon Musk is not the legend he claims to be. Okay? Initially, it started, like I said, with Quinn and Crip's investigative reporting. And shout out to both of them. We watched their analysis on the broadcast. Now, how does Asmongold get into this equation? Well, let me tell you. Asmongold is an Elon defender. Asmongold also is followed by Elon Musk. Elon Musk has apparently talked about watching Asmongold videos and whatnot in the past. So for that reason, a lot of people were kind of confused as to why Asmongold, who spends 8.5 hours anytime there is like a non-fuckable main character in a video game that's not even out yet, people were shocked that no, he wasn't watching Quinn's video. As a matter of fact, Quinn's 11-minute video or his 28-minute video investigating Elon Musk's misdeeds in Path of Exile 2 was perfectly in line with the type of content that Asmongold normally reacts to. So people were wondering why Asmongold was not reacting to Quinn's video. Why, oh why, was he not actually taking out the dagger and stabbing Elon with it, not literally, but figuratively, right? Quinn thinks you hate him. No, I actually don't hate Quinn at all. I have made fun of him quite a bit. And I don't think our worldviews align in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, I always give respect where respect is due. Okay? I think he is a fascinating individual, though. So, he's a funny, strange Kiwi. Yeah. In any case, I digress. Let's get back to the situation at hand. So, people were shocked that Asmongold was not reacting to Quinn's video. And people started speculating as to why Asmongold wasn't reacting to Quinn's video or talking about the latest and greatest, the largest, most significant news story of all, that Elon Musk was a fraudulent charlatan who was actually lying to boost his gamer credibility. All right? So people started speculating that Asmongold was doing that deliberately, was refusing to shit on Elon Musk because Elon Musk was maybe an Asmongold fan, and Asmongold was an Elon Musk fanboy in return. So then all of that pressure inevitably amounted to Asmongold actually taking a stance. In a famous tweet, he turned around and said, if Elon Musk can prove that he actually played Path of Exile himself, I will start live streaming on X. This caused a lot of chaos and controversy. He also started making, he took out a couple subtle jabs, maybe not so subtle jabs, at Elon Musk. And all hell broke loose. Ladies and gentlemen, all hell broke loose in the aftermath of that. Because Elon Musk, being the petty tyrant, the thin-skinned man-child that he is, decided to soft block Asmongold, which is the process where you try to subtly, well, you can't do anything subtly as if you're Elon Musk on the platform. And under normal circumstances, it's something that you do subtly where you just block and then unblock someone so they don't follow you any longer. Elon Musk also took away, as far as I understand, Asmongold's verified account.
I would assume that since I am not following him either right now, I would assume that he soft blocked me, which means that he probably blocked me and then unblocked me, which made it to where I don't follow him, and he also doesn't follow me. Now, I will have to tell you that the last time that happened to me was with an angry ex-girlfriend. Why do you unfollow?
Oh my God. Oh, it's so good. Now, not only that, but also Elon, in the funniest way possible, okay, took matters further. But before I continue, I want Charlie, Moist Critical, penguinz0, penguinz0, to explain the story, to summarize it for all of you while I go piss.
The worm I like to shoot spitballs and throw tomatoes at from time to time, because he is a jaw-droppingly embarrassing specimen of pure cringe that it is impossible to fight the urge to clown on him. Yet, whenever I do, and whenever anyone mentions Elon in a less than flattering way, you will have the most unlovable Cro-Magnon swarm you, dogpiling like it's World War Z zombies, to try and defend Elon from whatever the slight criticism or jokes were about him. These gonad gobblers will always blow my mind because I don't understand this brain-off worship of Elon Musk. Everything they hype him up to be, he is the opposite. He is not cool. He generates AI images of himself where he's not like this meatball-shaped man. He is not for free speech like they like to hype him up as. He's not a champion of free speech by any means. In fact, I personally think he is someone that is firmly against it in almost every single instance. Like, he personally banned the word cis he actively bans things that hurt his feelings, and today I think is a great example of that, and hopefully will be a mask-off moment for a lot of people, and open their eyes to the fact that this is not a guy who's for free speech and is not for you. Like, I'm not going to get into it, but do we even need to talk about the H-1B take? Like, come on. He's not looking to hire you. He doesn't want to know you. He doesn't want to employ you. He wants the cheapest labor, and he wants everyone to be constantly fondling his sack and being really, really nice to him because he's our special boy. It's so embarrassing. So, what I want to talk about today is what I think should be a very clear example of how Elon uses his power and where he actually stands on free speech. He is having a textbook.
I love this, dude. It's so funny. All these guys, under any other circumstance, every single person that is involved in the story, every single person that's doing commentary on the story is, in my opinion, so like they're supposed to all be Elon Musk fanboys. If Elon was actually successful in his like endless amount of marketing, all of these guys should be like, oh yeah, he's big into free speech. He's like a big free speech guy. I actually really love him. But now, one by one, every single one of the people in his target audience are recognizing how much of a fraudulent little charlatan he is. Now, Charlie, I don't think has ever been like a super big Elon fanboy, but I think Charlie is still in that target market, right? Like, he's the target demographic. I don't think Charlie was ever like a massive Elon fanboy. Make no mistake. But he is directly the target demographic. Understand what I'm saying? Elon Musk wants someone like Charlie to love him, to admire him, okay? Maybe even more so than the likes of Quinn. Do you not understand what I'm saying? And the fact that like Charlie already wasn't like a big fan of Elon Musk, and his audience is not a big fan of Elon Musk because of his attitude, because of his opinion. And now the fact that he's like losing the Quinn and the gamers, you know, the Quinns of the world, the Crips of the world, the Asmongolds of the world, like that is glorious to me because he desperately wants it. He wants these guys to love him, to admire him. One thing you missed, Asmon finally relented the pressure and watched the Quinn video 3 days ago. This was the trigger. Yes.
Why?
Yes. This is what caused Elon Musk to lose his mind because he finally watched the video, the Quinn 69 video, and his editor wrote, Elon Musk is not getting away with this. Crip is definitely not an Elon fan. Yes, sorry. Crip is definitely not. I'm not putting Crip and Quinn in the same category here. I'm just simply stating that like across the board, these are the guys that Elon wants the attention from. These are the guys that Elon desperately wants admiration from, right? I'm not saying that their politics are the same, just like Charlie's politics are not the same. But like broadly speaking, these guys all are in this gamer space and Elon desperately wants their admiration. Does that make sense? But basically, I think the funniest part about this, and when I covered this first, and I think it's on my YouTube if you want to go watch it, but when I covered the story first a couple days ago, I correctly said, like, yeah, Crip probably was never an Elon fan. However, like, Quinn is exactly the type of dude who's supposed to be an Elon fan, right? And and this was the straw that broke the camel's back for him, right? Elon Musk exposes a fake gamer. Oh, here it is. Yeah. This was the straw that broke the camel's back for the likes of Quinn. And now Asmon is in the fray as well. Okay? Asmon is also in the fray. So due to an outsized, a steady amount of pressure, he finally watches Quinn's video, right? And he gives his commentary on it. And Elon Musk loses his mind. Last night, everything, all of the puzzle pieces fell right All the puzzle pieces basically fell in order. Okay,
I don't even understand.
we set the stage for this delicious, fantastic delicacy of drama. Oh, delectable. Oh, fantastic. Kino, cinema. Okay, so this is the moment where Elon Musk unfollows Asmongold after Asmongold's videos come out, and Elon Musk sees it and he gets very mad.
Stand it. Elon unfollowed Asmon. Was he not happy about the probably not happy about the PoE video?
Yeah, not even gaming. Elon Musk is not getting away with this.
There's no way he played that account.
Just running past Kazov.
No loot filter.
Please not pressing his mana flask.
He's individually dragging the maps into the inventory.
Level 48.
It's not really about one of these things happening. It's about everything happening. There has to be hundreds of hours to being level 97. If Elon Musk can prove that he played this account to 97, I will stream on X starting the day that he proves it for an entire year straight, every single stream that I do. It was so obvious. You cannot get mad at me for bringing this up. If somebody does something that I like, I'm going to say, I like the fact that you did that. But if they do something that I don't like, I have to say that it's bad. Because if you don't do that, that's not really telling the truth, is it? What is this? He responded about it? I love my Chinese alter ego. Okay, here we go.
So one of the questions was, am I going to comment on the Chinese driver of my Path of Exile account? Yes. His name is Elon Ma, and he's amazing. I rely on him for everything.
God, he's such a lame ass dude. Oh, yeah, Elon Ma. Yeah, he's the one who's running the account. Yeah.
Well, there it is. The mystery has been solved. There we go. The ghost scammer.
Ian Miles Chong, damn, you going hard. So many deaths along the way. It's so, like, these guys are such pathetic fucking cringe lords, man. So bad. Like, the dick riders. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. The dick riders know full well that the only thing Elon wants is unlimited rides on the penis, okay? That's it. He will always go back to the offering. He will always turn around and defend and hype up his greatest riders of the penis, the cock carousel dick riders. And of course, Ian Miles Wrong is one of the greatest examples of this. Tim Pool's another one. There's a bunch of these guys out there. Many of them are just like right-wing weirdos, right? Oh, Quinn called Ian Miles Wrong out? Oh, hell yeah.
This guy is like one of those dudes, like in leather, tied up, you know, like he's like a gimp. Right, he's like he's a personification of like a gimp on Twitter, and all he does is eat Elon's ass. And Elon replies to him and agrees with him all the time. Yes! And it's like, bro, this is not a human being.
Okay, I need to tell you guys something very funny. I've had real journalists, not tech journalists, like tech journalists are real journalists too, but like straight up political journalists reach out to me because they're like, hey, do you know this Quinn guy? I'm not even kidding. I've had people reach out to me so I can put them in contact with Quinn. Now, if Quinn wants to, he followed me recently, and I followed him back just now. I DM'd him. I was like, if you want, I can put you in contact with some of these people if you want to go and talk about this in mainstream news. But it is so funny to me that this story, this investigative reporting from Quinn is causing so many fissures. Ryan Grimm reached out directly to me. It was like, hey man, so are you friends with this Quinn guy? He's in your space. I would love to have him on the broadcast. Like, can you imagine? It's incredible, dude. It is incredible. It's so funny. It is so funny. Holy moly.
This is not a human being. This is like an ass-eating gimp suit wearing fucking bozo clown. He will literally say anything if whatever he thinks Elon will like is what he will type. That is it. Like, it's not even a person. He is a machine learning algorithm of how to, like, eat Elon Musk's ass the best. And you agree with this guy and reply, like, really?
He's right. And he should say it. I'm so glad that other people are starting to recognize inevitably in a long enough timeline, there was going to be something, okay? Something that causes people to see the truth, okay? Inevitably, there was going to be something that causes people to recognize that Elon Musk is a charlatan, a con man, thin-skinned, narcissistic man-child. And one by one, the remaining possible Elon Musk fanboys are falling. And I love that it was Path of Exile 2 that caused this collapse to take place.
Crash out over gaming. Earlier this week, Quinn made a beautiful video that's breaking down the fact that Elon Musk is not the one who piloted his Path of Exile 2 account to the top of the leaderboard. It's not a conspiracy, it's not grasping at straws. When you finish that video, and I highly recommend you watch the whole video, it will be very clear, beyond a shadow of a doubt, Elon Musk was not the one who actually got the account to where it was. He instead gets permission from the boosters to play on it and flex it for his Twitter streams. He didn't know the very basic fundamentals of the game. However, I will say that his catastrophe of a stream while trying to show how great he is at gaming was enough to make me get back into grinding Path of Exile 2, because I've been slow rolling it for a while. I was still on cruel difficulty, but then watch.
Yeah. Everyone keeps saying that every time Elon touches a topic they're knowledgeable about was the moment they realize how utterly stupid he is. Yeah. And it causes people to go, wait a minute, if he's lying in this way, because, like, look, not everyone is going to be a super genius on every issue. For example, okay, I have my intellectual weaknesses and everybody knows it, right? Like, when it comes to foreign policy, I think that's like my bread and butter. When it comes to like domestic issues in terms of labor-related domestic issues, in terms of healthcare-related domestic issues, in terms of like, rehabilitation, women's rights is probably not my forte, right? I have weaknesses there. It's like I have ball knowledge and I have enough knowledge over certain issues, but it's clear that like it's not my forte. I would say macroecon is another one of those things, right? It's not my forte. It's not like something that I am the most knowledgeable on. I can dish out commentary in real time out of nowhere in a way that where I can pull crazy amounts of detail for many of the things that I talk about. But there are certain areas where like it's not, certain areas where it's like apparent that it's not my strongest area, right? Now, the difference is, okay, when it's an area that I'm like unfamiliar with, I try not to present myself as like the foremost authority on the issue. And I will voluntarily reveal that this is not my strong suit. Having said that, right? That's still within the realm of like what I do, right? That's still in the realm of what I do. Elon Musk, on the other hand, is very obviously trying to enter areas that he has either no knowledge on or very little knowledge on, but also simultaneously presenting himself as like someone who is top 7 on the planet, right? Like Path of Exile. Like, you have no business trying to present yourself in this way. If you literally tried to present yourself as like in the top 100 of Path of Exile, people wouldn't even pay that much attention. If you presented yourself as like top 1,000 at Path of Exile 2, people probably wouldn't be this invested. But he demonstrates so much hubris as a multi-billionaire where he has to literally be in the top 10, which immediately makes people go, okay, that's impossible. That's impossible. The amount of man hours that you put in, the amount of investment that you put into this game is impossible for you to do, is impossible for you to get to this point. Like, it's just physically impossible. You know what I mean? And that, I think, is the reason why a lot of people will encounter Elon in this area that they're like at least somewhat knowledgeable on and go, oh my God, he is not only like it's not that he's cheating, okay? It's that he's cheating in such a stupid and visible way. And it also demonstrates his insecurity and the fact that he's like basically doubling down and tripling down and attacking people who are correctly calling him out, that causes people to go, oh my God, what else has he done this on? That's it. That's why it's such a wake-up moment, like a wake-up call for, I guess, the last remaining group of people that are supposed to be Elon Musk fanboys. I think coming after Asmongold like this is unironically one of the worst things he could have done, because that is like a bastion of pro-Elon sentiment. Like, that's one of the last like massive communities that probably has like any sort of positive opinions on Elon Musk. He already lost the white nationalists and the mega racists with the H-1B stuff, because he was like, I want to replace all of you. In their minds, they think Elon wants to replace all the tech workers with Indian tech workers. So they're already like very upset at him, right? He was already getting cooked on that front. They were like, oh man, we really loved you when you let us be like as racist as we want to be. But now it's like, now it's kind of messed up because we realized that you put profits over, we thought you were a real one. We thought you were a real racist. And it seems like you put profits over racism, and that's kind of messed up. And now he's losing the gamers. He's still got his crypto bros though. Yeah, he'll never lose those guys. But those guys are permanent bag holders, so you know, it's virtually impossible for them to lose the crypto bros, because they're used to getting cooked. Like their whole world is just like constantly believing in false prophets and you know, losing the bag, having getting rug pulled over and over again, and then thinking this time it'll be different, when there is no evidence that it will be different. It'll be the exact same. It's been the exact same every single time so far. So those guys are kind of stupid, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's like, you know, it's like selling timeshare to a Mormon, you know?
Watching Elon the bumbling buffoon try and play Path of Exile was like actual rage bait to get me to go back in and grind hard. So now I'm up to tier 3 waystones in the end game. It's so fucking fun. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. The point is, Elon Musk knew nothing about the game. It was very clear. And the big thing about it wasn't even that he had someone boosting his account for him. It's that he was just in this complete denial and trying to convince people that he is the best gamer alive. Like, this game's a little too easy. I'm on max difficulty, you know, swagged out mode, and I'm just kind of breezing through it because I'm just that good at games, that kind of thing. It's his reluctance to just be honest about, like, hey guys, I like this game. I don't have time to grind it, so I paid these people to grind it for me so that way I can get to the end game and, you know, play the content I want. It wouldn't have blown up to this degree. I still think that would have been a little silly, and people would have still absolutely made fun of him for it, but to a lesser degree. It just, what's the point? Why are you paying someone to boost your account? If you like the game, why not just play it on your own time, even if it's not that fast and even if you're not top of the charts? But for Elon, the reason is because he wants everyone to view him as God's gift to humanity. So, like, I'm one of the best gamers. Check the stats. And he didn't achieve it. It wasn't him. And when Quinn made this video, it very much hurt Elon because the game...
It's not even like, why cheat? I understand why he cheated, okay? I get that, because it's like marketing for him. He thinks it's like boosting his gamer cred. Why cheat to this degree is the real question. Like, you could have cheated smarter, dumbass. You didn't have to be number 7 on the planet. I'm telling you right now, if Elon Musk hired someone, a team of like very good Path of Exile players in China, okay, to farm his account, to constantly boost his account, to engage in like real currency trading in the game, right? Real money trading in the game. All of that is to a certain degree, if done correctly, would not have caused people to get this mad. Because if you were in the top 500, that's still an incredibly impressive feat, right? But his hubris caused him to go harder and harder and harder and put himself at top 7. Like, that's crazy. I mean, it's just so obvious that it's not. It would have been obvious that it's not you, even if you were in the top 100. Okay. But when you're in the top 10, more people end up paying attention to it. Like, the dumbest person you know in high school knows not to cheat to get 100% on an exam. If you're going to cheat, you have to get like a B+ at best. You're not supposed to get 100% on the exam, man. That is going to cause your teacher to go, wait a minute, you're one of the best in the class. Like, come on. It literally shows how stupid he is. That to me is a perfect demonstration. It's like you're not supposed to cheat and get 100%. You're going to get unnecessary attention. It's something that you learn in like 3rd grade, man.
Gamers that he's trying to appeal to were privy to the fact that he's not the gaming god he claims to be. And that damaged him. So I knew he was going to have a comical response, but I didn't expect it would be this absurd. To set the stage for what happens next, Asmon and many others covered Quinn's video, as well as other people's content talking about how it was impossible that Elon was the one that actually played on that account because he is just dog shit and knows nothing about the game. Asmon covered this, he talked about it, reacted to the video, and today, Elon went on Twitter and had this to say. Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man.
Dude, and then he leaked private DMs. You're the wealthiest person on the planet, and you're beefing with a guy who had a dead rat as an alarm clock in his house that he rarely leaves. And you're beefing with him and you're leaking his private DMs. What is wrong with you? Asmongold was caught with a live roach literally crawling on him, and you're beefing with him as the wealthiest, most powerful person on the planet you're about to be in the incoming administration. You have every agency in the federal government that is prosecuting virtually every single company that you own. And now you are going to be in charge of all of those regulatory agencies. And you are spending your time arguing with Asmongold. I cannot explain to you how much I love this story because of how stupid it is, because how perfectly this demonstrates once again that meritocracy is a lie. Everything Elon Musk does is so narcissistic, so insecure, so ego-driven, and so utterly idiotic that it perfectly exemplifies the lie that is that he worked hard and he worked smart to achieve the level of wealth and power he achieved. This is a 53-year-old man with not 1, not 2, not 4, not 10, 12 children. One of his children, he actually has disowned. And this man is spending daytime on beefing with Asmongold. Okay? That, to me, is insane. It is a perfect demonstration that, like, CEOs don't do much. Okay? That's the broader takeaway that I want all of you to get from this story, is that if you believe the lie that if someone is super wealthy, they really deserved it, okay? Even though, ironically, you're watching someone like myself who very clearly lucked into all of this success and all of this, financial success specifically. Duh. But aside from myself, like, if you look at someone like Elon Musk and you believe the lie that these billionaires have worked hard and worked smart to get to the point that they got to, and they're still working hard and they're still working smart at the same time, while they're specifically doing this petty, nonsensical bullshit, okay? This should be a wake-up call for you. That's it. That's it. It's a wake-up call. Please. Well, I mean, in my case, I do actually quite literally put in the hours. It's visible. It's what I do. My job requires me to be on camera, so you see it. But with Elon, because he's behind a veneer of hard work that he can work in the shadows or whatever. People still speculate that he's working really hard behind the scenes, but like he works extra hard, in my opinion, to basically prove that he's not working hard. Okay? Yeah, the wealthiest CEO on earth, ironically enough, this is a good point, Gremlo. The wealthiest CEO on earth would beef with Asmongold because he's got the time, but a top 5 Path of Exile 2 hardcore player wouldn't have the time to beef with Asmongold. That is the reality. If Elon Musk actually was a top 7 Path of Exile 2 player, he literally would not have enough time to send tweets to Asmongold or send any tweets at all, because he'd be grinding at least 18 hours a day, at least. It is a feat that is virtually impossible for one singular person, especially considering RNG and how important trade is in order for you to get the best possible items and in order for you to be at the tippy top. Okay? Like, it's no matter how hard you work in Path of Exile, there's still the element of RNG that you cannot overcome. So clearly, he's not working hard on anything. He's just working hard on this type of shit.
He then leaked his DMs with Asmon, where he said, this is Asmon, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it. And then Elon replies, sure. Who are these mysterious editors?
That's crazy to me. He's like tracking Asmongold's editors because he's mad. He's mad at the way his editors, like, most likely, from context clues, like, I think he was upset at the way, or like Asmongold kind of probably said, like, oh, my editors title my videos like I didn't do it myself or something, right? And Elon, being the 53-year-old man that he is, thought that his editors, okay, being the 53-year-old man that he is, in this former conversation from November 29, 2024, thinks that his editors are like a news editor. He doesn't understand anything. Think about that. He literally heard Asmongold be like, oh, these are my editors, right? They run the YouTube account. Like, this is, so any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they just get a cut of the ad revenue. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. Elon Musk thought that meant Asmongold works for his editors and not vice versa, because he is 53 years old and thinks that it works in the same way that it does in newspapers. Because he posted this private correspondence with Asmongold with the tweet that accompanied it stating, oh, Asmongold is owned by these people.
He actually sounds like that news anchor. Who is this 4chan? Like, how can someone be this fucking out of touch and stupid? I will never cease to be shocked by the absolute idiot potion this guy seems to be boofing on.
Do you understand how stupid this is? Asmon's DMs to his editors after his convo with Elon.
I said Elon hit me up and was asking if I'd want to post clips and videos on Twitter. Do y'all think it's a good idea? It would probably make separate account for it for monetization. He says, that's cool, LOL. I know he asked XQC before too, but I hadn't seen any similar content creators get crazy.
He asked XQC? Yo, Elon Musk is so invested in Twitch. Oh my God. Oh! Oh, Jeff Bezos, save me. Jeff Bezos, please protect me. Jeff Bezos, you are my God King. Please don't turn Twitch into the failure that has become Washington Post with your decision making. Okay, please. I am so scared. Has he DM'd you? No. No, I know Elon knows who I am. I've talked about this before. I had Grimes on the stream, chat. Yes, he is not a fan. I know all of that. I will not reveal my sources, but yes, of course, I know for a fact that, especially since the Grimes stream, he is very aware of who I am and does not like me at all. Having said that, however, we're just gonna act like that's not the case, because I don't like when people that are that powerful and people that are that wealthy are aware of my existence. So I try not to think about it. I really hope that Jeff Bezos, for example, has no fucking clue who I am. I don't think he does, but I'm glad that he doesn't know, and we should keep it that way. Okay. But Elon, I do know. I know for a fact. But hey, listen, I post on Twitter a lot, okay? So please. Anyway, plus I'm right wing now. Exactly. I'm right wing. I love Trump. Please don't come after me. Anyway.
Some more content creators get crazy numbers doing that. People are free to repost as much as they want. I feel the opportunity is there. We would have already started spamming clips and videos on TikTok. There are already some repost clips that get a lot of views. Maybe you can tell people to do it in the next stream, and then we can see how it goes. Exactly. So this is the conversation we had. Yeah, this is there it is. Seems like you need their approval, no? Well, I would need their approval in a way.
That's so funny that people are trying to debate Asmongold and being like, seems like you are owned by your editors. Like, even in his own community, there's still people who are so invested in like defending Elon Musk that they're like, no, dude, that's not how this works. Like, it is because he needs their approval. He needs their approval because like he has a more ethical way of running his business than you would suspect from someone like Asmongold. That's it. Okay. You literally do the same thing like Asmon. The editors clip part of your VOD and put the title and thumbnail and yeah, exactly. Exactly. Of course. Most people in our field have a much more ethical way of doing business. Yeah, this is the only time that Elon Musk is like, what? Step Brothers the perfect meme for Jeff Bezos and me? Wait, no, this is not it. There was another instance where Elon actually did like reply to someone making fun of me or something, but that's it. What is this? They use Hasan as an example in new community notes guidelines. I'm a fact checker for Meta. They have a fact checking community notes now in the official guidelines. They used Hasan as an example. Note, the claim that the Trump rally shooter has been identified as Hank Piker is false. According to fact-checking website Check Your Fact, which found the image circulating online misidentifies the actual suspect. Explanation from Meta. This note is helpful because it cites high-quality sources, provides helpful additional context, and uses neutral and easy-to-understand language. That's hilarious. With me wearing the I lubricate my AR-15 with liberal cum shirt, too. Oh, yeah, this was the one time that he made fun of me. Landed in Mexico and immediately got detained for customs for having too many pieces of electronic equipment for which they made up a number and forced me to pay taxes on. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to it, we're gonna talk about this back and forth. I just wanted to cover like the broader strokes of the story.
Daily, like, how? What do you mean? Who are these mysterious editors? Do you not know what editors are? Holy shit!
No, Charlie, he's 53 years old, so he thinks editors have editorial control over content creators because he doesn't understand that they are video editors. He thinks that they are editors in the same vein as editors at the New York Times, because in traditional press, in mainstream media, editors have editorial control over what journalists are writing. They're kind of like a boss, a manager. That's what he thinks is going on here. That is the hilarious part of this story.
So then Asmon explains, two guys, links them, and then they basically run the entire YouTube account, lol. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they can just get a cut of the ad rev. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. And then there's a community note there, which says what should be obvious to anyone with a functioning frontal lobe. Elon Musk seems to think Asmongold is an employee with editors overseeing him. That's incorrect. Asmongold's editors are actually his employees. They edit, upload his content for a revenue share. They don't control what he does. And then Elon Musk proceeds to take away Asmongold's checkmark on Twitter. You remember that thing Elon was like really adamant about, you know, how check marks were kind of like weaponized? Hey, Elon, you're doing that. So the free speech guy, you're taking away his checkmark because he hurt your feelings, fundamentally shadow banning him, because without a checkmark, his replies and his engagement go way down and you won't really see it anymore. You're shadow banning someone who hurt your feelings.
Mr. Free Speech, by the way, Mr. Free Speech, once again, Mr. Free Speech.
Elon is just that fucking sensitive. In fact, sensitive doesn't even really cover it. Like, my cock gets sensitive when it gets sucked for too long. I'm like, ooh. But, like, that's sensitive. Elon has reached a new level of sensitivity I did not think was even achievable by a human being. It is just fucking flabbergasted by how soft he is. He has all the money in the world, but is beyond insecure to the point that I can't believe he's a real person. This has to be some kind of, like, Android protocol that's been sent from space, from, like, space Redditors, in order to see, like, the limits of cringe that can be pushed. Come on! He's talking about editors and then saying Asmon needs his editor's permission to post things. He lacks the fundamental understanding not only of Path of Exile 2, but of life. Like, of living as a sentient being. How can you even reach that conclusion? I mean, I know how he reached that conclusion because he is a turbo moron who can't, like, activate neurons and think. So he saw the word editor and made the assumption that it's like the editors that will oversee someone's work in the journalism sector. And he gets these dots, these breadcrumbs that he starts connecting from out of fucking nowhere about how, well, Asmon is actually just a pawn of his editors. That's not just wrong, that is just blatant misinformation. He is actively engaging in misinformation, making it seem like Asmon has a puppet master above him, these editors, that he has to...
Yeah, if he knew anything about Asmongold, he would recognize that his puppet master is his Reddit, okay? People that post on his subreddit. Like, that's the real puppeteers of Asmongold to a certain degree. There are issues that he'll take a stance on against his community's best, against his community's opinion. But, like, the real puppet masters are not his editors, all right?
Answer to. And then he abuses his power to take away his checkmark. He is actively doing all of the things he says he is super against, and all of the people say that he hates and will never do. He does it. I'm
going to say it. Critical support to Asmongold in this trying time, okay?
I don't see how a single Elon Musk nipple-suckling leech could see this and conjure up some kind of excuse for it. There's no mental gymnastics that could possibly exist to justify this behavior. It's the epitome of everything people hate. It's cringe.
A lot of critical support here. Critical support for Quinn and critical support for Asmongold. I mean, you know.
It's sensitive.
In these trying times.
It's an abuse of power. His feelings got hurt, so he used his power.
Yeah, detente with Asmonation remains in effect. Exactly. Listen, sometimes you make allegiances in the most interesting places, okay?
As the fucking chief general of Twitter to take away his checkmark because he hurt his feelings, and then he goes on to leak DMs. How could you possibly look at that and be like, no, that makes sense. Elon was in the right here.
What? He has been sucking up trying to get back in Elon's good graces all day. Wait, really? That's disappointing. But Elon is such a petty bitch that I feel like he might not.
Like, let's say you just love Elon. You know what? I'm not your dad. You can like whoever you want, like whatever you want. Doesn't matter to me. But why do you have to like something and then love everything they ever do? Why can't you be more receptive to, like, you know, I really like Elon, but this was a bad look. I didn't.
Earlier, Asman was saying Elon was probably right and he probably deserved it, and Elon did an oopsie, but it's fine. No. Still a W for Quinn. He worked hard on that video. Yeah, I love that Quinn is just bouldering Elon. He doesn't give a damn. By Elon's logic, your boss used to be the top of the hour ad break. It's true. My boss used to be the top of the hour ad break, but it no longer is, because at the top of the hour, I no longer run ad breaks because I no longer have a contract. Okay. Having said that, however, you can still subscribe, not to avoid the ads at the top of the hour like you used to be able to, but instead to support the stream. If you would like to do so, it is $6 or free with a Twitch Prime. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Subscriptions give you emotes, allow you to avoid the limitations that there sometimes exist on follow mode, and also allow you to send me links. Sect Haver, thank you for the 10 gifted subs, allowing 10 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour that I don't actually serve. Anyway, let's continue.
Didn't like what he did here. I think this was pretty embarrassing. That's called being normal. For some reason, people just can't be normal anymore. If you like something, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to fucking love it. You have to be, like, snorting that drug constantly and shut out and hate everyone who pokes holes in it. It's so weird. I don't know why people want to live their life this way. They just want, like, the black and white. Elon good. Anyone who said Elon not good, they're bad. Elon good. I don't...
Asmongold said it wasn't a big deal. Elon leaked his DMs. That's insane. That is insane. You're talking about the guy who runs this platform, man. He's basically like, he's basically pointing unnecessary attention towards your editors, dude. What the hell? That is how do you ride that dick after the dick has been spoiled, you know?
I don't know why people want that. No one likes to think anymore, and with the way the internet's gone, you don't have to think anymore. You can just wait for tweets to tell you what to think, or even chat GPT to tell you what to think. I guess it's just easier to live your life on, like, drooling autopilot mode. But I would argue that you are doing yourself a huge disservice in life if you just live this way, where even if you really like Elon, whatever, why not just be receptive to the idea that he's not infallible? Maybe he does make mistakes. Maybe he is cringe sometimes. And you can acknowledge that, recognize that, and then at the end of the day, still like him if you want. It just doesn't compute with me. And of course, it's not exclusive to Elon. It's a very normal thing now all of a sudden, where if you like something or like someone, anything that is brought up that's negative about it is like the end of the world to you, and then you spend hours a day arguing with bots on Twitter about it and defending the thing you like. I just don't get it. Elon Musk, I think, is just the best example of this phenomenon, because his fan base does PR for him as if it's their actual job. Like,
yeah, it's like the worst of the worst in terms of like parasocial behavior, because Elon Musk has the money to actually hire people. Like, if there's one guy that could just like simply hire people to do PR for him, it's Elon. And he does PR, right? He has a PR team. So what's crazy to me is that like people in that situation still ride him into oblivion. They ride him into oblivion like a bunch of medieval peasants that think that this is their only opportunity at a shot at being a part of the aristocracy. Okay? Like, they straight up, I totally understand how these like, my lord deserves the extra grain type peasants existed, okay? Back in the day, during times of monarchy, where the lordship and the God-ordained divine king was able to command such a large swath of the population, because they thought that they could have a crumb. They thought that they could have a crumb of the gold that the king has in his dungeons, okay? That's straight up what it is. Please take my wife on prima nocta, my lord. I would be honored if you took my teenage wife's virginity, my lord. That's what they're doing. That's how they're operating. Like for a shot, for a crumb. For a crumb of like Elon Musk's attention, they just literally do free PR for him. It makes no sense. At least back then, the leaders appealed to divinity. Today, there's no logic other than money equals power equals intelligence. Yes, the thing that held that kind of structure under theocratic monarchies was obviously the fact that, you know, God made the king, right? And that's why he deserved it. Now it is a failed notion of meritocracy under capitalism. It's not God that put Elon in that position. It's actually this lie that society constantly reinforces that Elon actually worked harder and worked smarter than everybody else to get to that position. That's it. That's it. This is what I mean, I've said this many, many times over. It's just like we worship the throne of the almighty dollar, okay? Instead of previously assuming that someone in a position of power was God ordained. And for some people, it is actually still godliness. America is predisposed with this America is predisposed with the notion that with the notion of prosperity gospel, right? That like if you are poor, it's because of your own moral failures. If you're rich, it's because God has actually shined his graceful light upon you because you deserve to be rich. So there is that same mechanism of reinforcement even with American understandings of Christianity as well. So there is that too. Make no mistake. Have you mentioned that Elon is doubling down on being a God gamer? Yes, I'm going to get to it in a second. Hold on. We got more.
Like they are professional PR drones for Elon that he doesn't even have to pay. Because they are in the trenches every single minute of every single day, suckling on him, arguing on his behalf, shutting down any criticisms against him. It's just so embarrassing. Almost as embarrassing as Elon himself. So yeah, anyway, I had to talk about this. Because what an incredible response from Elon to just take away Asmon's check mark and then leak his DMs where he completely misunderstands that editors aren't like his overseers. It's so, oh my god.
Anyway, so, but the story doesn't end there. So one of these like Elon Musk dick riders, basically, American YouTuber, Twitch partner, gamer living in Seoul, comes out in defense of Elon Musk, making a full YouTube video. Elon Musk, of course, immediately responds to it because, again, he has so much time on his hands. Like, how did he find this guy? Like, how did he see this video? Like, anyway, it's got 1.3 thousand likes. I wonder how many it did before Elon even replied to it. But Elon replies and says, Asmon behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality, has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He's not his own man. Okay? And that's crazy because this reinforces the idea that we were talking about previously, his stupid understanding of what editors are, because he thinks that Asmongold's editors are his bosses. Okay? He thinks Asmongold's editors are editors in the same vein as like a New York Times editor, like a managerial staff position. Okay? And then he gets context noted. Asmongold does not have bosses. He employs content editors to package and redistribute content from his live to streams and on other platforms. Then he doubles down or triples down, quadruples down. Here's me doing a world record Diablo AOZ clear with Ace of Spades headquarters on stream. And then Ian Miles, Dick Rider Wrong responds, I'm a regular Quinn69 viewer. He's gone from being the biggest Elon meat rider to thinking Elon's a total clown as a result of this. Oh, amazing. I love that. I love that more people are recognizing how he is. All right. You shouldn't have to justify yourself to these people, but it's nice that you've got receipts to prove your gaming credentials. Elon responds to his biggest meat rider and it says, I'm on hundreds of streams on YouTube and Twitch playing live with the world's best players. No other way to say this, but while Asmon is good at caustic commentary, making fun of people, he is not good at video games. Once again, by the way, repeating that Elon Musk is an Asmongold fan for the record. Connor, of course, took advantage of the situation and said, can vouch for this. As one of the world's best gamers, it was electric having you on Fortnite Friday. Keep proving the doubters wrong. Back to Grok. Lamau, loving it on here. To which Asmongold also replied to not the Maverick tweet, but the other one. Oh, this is where it all began, obviously. Like, he posted this as proof. It's just like, I think people who are Elon reply guys are people who are Elon reply guys who just like try to defend him everywhere online are some of the lowest of the low. Like, I can't think of being in a lower, I can't imagine being in a lower position than that. Like, you are such a, like, you have no self-respect, no self-worth whatsoever. Like, you are just the bottom of the barrel in society, honestly. It's kind of, it's disgusting to me. I don't know. Maybe it's too much for me, but I genuinely find that to be so gross.